Okay friends, today we'll be seeing how we can connect an external volume, to our virtual machine. External volume to our virtual machine. Like to connect external volume, what I'll be doing, I'll be not connecting any pen drive and any disk, such kind of things. So what is virtual machine? We need to understand basically, like this is our host CPU. Our virtual machine will be running is this host CPU, and it will be stealing some space, RAM and storage from this. And like assume I am running CentOS here. To run this CentOS, it will be like my CPU is consist of 8 GB RAM and as well as 256 hard disk is there. Just assume. Then our virtual machine will be taking around 2 GB of space of RAM as well as 10 GB of space for its uh, installation of files and such kind of things. But what we'll be doing, we'll be taking 2 GB, like 4 GB of space from our memory, from our host CPU, and we'll be attaching to our CentOS. After attaching, what we'll be doing, after attaching, we'll be creating file system. There are various kinds of file systems are there, like from history we can see that NFS is there, network file systems are there, and next thing like NTFS is there, and next thing like EXTF something. There are various kind of file systems are there. Like for Linux purpose, NFS network file system has been demonstrated, and they are continually they will be using NFS only. NFS states abbreviation, that is a network file system, where one Linux system can be connected to across n number of Linux systems like this, which will be useful for shared data for any doc, like if you wanted to do any research and that kind of things. This NFS can be used, like the data will be in the main system and a number of systems are connected, they can access this data based on whenever they are required. Like this only, there are various file system, like EXTF is a Windows invented file system, and most of the Windows will be using this file system only. Like why we need to create file system means, whenever we'll be storing like stealing little bit space from our host CPU, that CPU should be have a file system. Like it will be, if we have installed file system, then the VM will be know that operating system will get to know that from where it should start to write or read the files which we will be creating later onwards. Let's dive into a practical sessions now. Let's try. Okay, this is a file system. These are the some commands I'll be telling you. Like one more thing I forgot to mention, that for Oracle, VirtualBox is different and parallel desktop is different, and for VMware, these all will be having different settings, and you need to read accordingly and go through the documents to attach the external volume to your uh, virtual machine. Like I'll be demonstrating the parallel desktop, how we can attach the external volume to our parallel using parallel desktop as a virtual machine system. And for Oracle and VMware, I'll be giving some steps. You just go through the steps, and easily you can attach those things. Okay, these are the commands. Like our objective, I have written that we need to add a virtual hard disk to a virtual box, and we need to partition it and create a file in that. These are the few steps you can follow if you are using the Oracle VirtualBox or else VMware. that just you need to go to the virtual hard disk in a virtual box and shut down your virtual machine before starting this is the main thing. And then you need to open VirtualBox and select VM and select storage. Under this controls the SATA disk is there, and you need to add using plus symbol and choose a VirtualBox, and size will be a 5 GB, or else required space you can consider, and you can start your virtual machine. Let's check in my thing. Like you can see here, this is a hard disk which I have already added. What I'll be doing, I'll go to this machine and I'll be shut down this Jerry. Okay, sudo power off. Okay, okay, it will be turning off. Then what you need to do, this is the external things, I'll be deleting this. I don't want to keep this. I'll be showing you how we can do this. Okay, just we need to hit on the settings button, then you need to go and add a hard disk. Here you can see, then add how much space you want to add, then hit on OK. After this, and log this if you want, and start your machine. It might take a little bit time to run restart your machine, because whenever you will be changing the hard disk or in any physical devices, it will be taking little bit time to reboot, to check any external hard disk or any external things have attached to our system or no. Till that we'll be going through the steps, and from that you will be getting the brief idea what we will be doing right now. And now after this we'll be verifying the new disk, like a new disk in the Linux, by using the lsblk command. Then you can see that the external, like if existing volume is there, SDA will be existing previously. But if you want, if you now we have added, now it will be SDB. Like anyhow, however you will be adding a number of things, the A, B, C, D and this kind of new alphabet will be adding at the end of the SD. And next whatever we will be doing, like we have attached a 4 GB space. Then this 4 GB should be divided into various partitions, whether this is external partition or else primary partition. That can be done by using the command, that is sudo fdisk /def sdb. And these are the command, like if you click H, then it will be showing what all kind of things you can do at that moment. And then after partition thing, we need to write it properly. After writing, like I'll be editing this, wait, after clicking 2 GB of space, you need to write it properly, like wise will be showing, I'll be showing you that this is a client thing, client. Okay, after this entering 2 GB plus, you need to write W for, to make sure that your disk will be properly committed. Then after this you will be committed properly. Next you need to go here and check, like check lsblk once again. It will be showing you how your SDB1 has created properly. Next you need to create a file system, which I have already mentioned you, like you need to use sudo mkfs.ext. ext4 stands the format of file system, how you will be creating a file system. Like in our computers, and whenever we will be attaching our pen drive, while formatting our pen drive, it will be showing, right, whether we want to format it in xtf4 or nfs and ntfs, these all various file format. Like this only it will be we are creating formatting properly with this extension of file. Then we need to make a directory, the sudo mkdir /data. Then after creating the mount directory, we will be mounting our external volume watch what we have graved from the host CPU. We will be attaching to our VM. Then df-h will show how it is properly attached on. Okay, let's see. My machine has restarted or no. Now you can see that it is started. Now connect to our machine. We'll be doing SSH. Here we can see that we have connected properly. These all are the existing files. I'll be using the same commands like whatever I have shown you here. lsblk stands for the disk which we have attached. Here you can see that the 4GB 816 4GB has attached, and this is created the SDB. Here upper one you can see that it's a SDA, that is first disk which we have attached. This 64GB it took from my CPU. Next here you can see that this is SDB. Now we will be dividing this SDB into a various sections like 2GB or 2GB or else however you want. Next we'll be going and we to divide the disk we'll be using sudo fdisk/dev sdb command. Next you need to go enter your password. Okay, here it is showing. This is a very important thing. You need to understand how we will be dividing our disk. To if you want any help you can click M for help. Here you can see the various attributes are shown here to create, to delete, and to add external things, and to write the disk, save and exit. These all things will be there. To follow a easy method it will be taking a lot of time. If you want to create your own you can do, or else you can just follow these steps. First you need to enter N. N stands for, like N stand for, here you can see where is N stand for add a new partition. What kind of partition you want to add, whether it is primary or extended. I want to add primary. Then the partition, like how many partition you want to do, whether you want to do 2 or 1. I want to create 1. I'll be hitting 1. Then it will be showing at which sector you will be start writing your files. Default, I don't want to add anything. And this is the thing, like whole 2GB is there, 4GB which we have added, we wanted to create 2GB separate space, thus I'll be adding +2. +2 will be dividing the whole 4GB into other section. And after this you can see here a new partition 1 of type Linux of size 2GB has created. To save and exit you need to click, like you need to write W. Here you can see that W stands for write and write table to the disk and exit. W, enter. Okay, next verify whether it is properly added or not. Okay, here you can see that SDB is divided into 2 sections, that is 4GB is divided into 2 partition 1, and above thing SDA is divided into various sections that we'll be not seeing, just whatever we have seen we'll be seeing. Next thing is we'll be creating a file system for that. Okay, here you can see that the file system has created, all allocation tables are done, write table, inode, as well as the create and journal, and write super blocks and file system accounting system has done perfectly fine. Next what we'll be doing, we'll be creating a mount directory for that, because that directory will be helping us to connect and mount the things at that time. Okay, the file is existed, that's why it is not able to create. Okay, I'll be deleting mkdir not rmdir. Okay, now I'll be creating. Okay, and next thing we will be mounting that folder to sdb1. Okay, that's it, we have mounted our file system. What we have done, I'll be briefing you. 4GB, like how it was, 4GB was there, and we used N command to list the disk, and we have created 2GB into 4GB. There are 4GB was there, 2GB, like total in total it was 4 is divided into 2. like 2 and 2. Thus for this 2 GB is GA1, we have created the file system. This file system will help us. This file system, in this file system we have created the mount directory. That is data. That mount directory will be helping us to mount to our point. That's it. We have mounted. Let's check df-h to check it perfectly fine. Here you can see that SDA-GB has created a 2 GB of disk and 1% of data has been used. From this assignment, what we can see, how we'll be formatting the things and how we can attach external volume, how we need to create a file system, and how we need to mount a files using a Linux system. Thank you for watching.